My name is Mordy Friedman. I represent WSPEC as the CEO. I would like to explain a little bit of what our organization is, why we do what we do, how we do it, and of course how you can benefit and how you can join in on all of this. So let's just get straight into it. I want to make sure everyone see my screen good. That looks good. Perfect. All right. So essentially, we all know what the space elevator is, as Dr. Wright just mentioned, and of course, ISEC has a lot of information on. Thank you for that. So the space elevator is this future. It's the future that we know we want to get to, but we still have a lot of development to do and a lot to get to that point. We know the elevator will eventually change how we access space and how we can really make space benefit everyone and all life here on Earth. But we still have this technology gap that needs to get filled, and there's a lot of this development needs to take place, which leads us to an opportunity on this gap where many of the technologies that are needed for a space elevator are already being developed by themselves for practical uses and for uses all around the world, but there isn't a coordinated effort. There isn't a push that's driving this technology toward the end goal of a space elevator. It's advancing wherever it sees fit and wherever there's that direction. So we see that as an opportunity. There's a set of technology that will keep being developed and need to be developed, but we can guide it and lead it toward a even greater end goal. So that's exactly where WSPEC comes in. Our mission is to provide that focus, this drive to get this technology from where it is today to the point of a space elevator. And we do this by hosting competitions at a university level for students and private teams from around the world to develop these technologies further, to build this step-by-step advancement that leads us to the eventual space elevator and to being able to build this. And by doing this, we're creating this reason for all this technology and all this development to keep happening and get driven forward. We are a group and supported by already the established pioneers in the space elevator industry, WARR in Europe, the JSEA in Japan, Etheria in the United States, and ISEC internationally, which of course you'll hear more, but that's it. And we chose to do this through competitions for various reasons. There are many reasons why we believe competitions as a model are better and more efficient to figuring out something that is potentially multi-generational, potentially with so many unknowns and so many questions at the moment. And different than doing it through a traditional R&D and focusing on a single project. Competitions allow for many different ideas to get tested all at once. So because there are many different teams answering the same questions, we get a lot of different results, which ultimately get tested in a physical sense and get proven. So regardless of where an idea comes from or who came up with it, the best one wins, which lets us quickly see which technology or which idea is best. And because of the nature of competitions, everyone else involved in the competitions, all the other teams now have to go beyond that point you have to go beyond that point even to be competitive in the next competition cycle, which creates this ecosystem that's constantly scaling up all this technology and all this development on instead of just increasing one at a time or slowly getting there, because everyone's growing together. And of course, because of the nature of competitions and the nature of this, the public nature of all of this, of our competitions, it allows for new people to come in and keeps inspiring new talent and new ideas and keeps growing the project as a whole. Right? So the space elevator is the end goal, and that's what we're working toward. The technology we're developing is the incremental steps toward it. And our competitions are taking place right now, which is why it's extremely important for us as an organization and uh, to make sure that all the technology that we develop has both practical application right now, where it can benefit, lead to spin-offs, lead to benefits to people right now, while also leading us and driving us toward the eventual space elevator, which we know will happen as soon as possible. So we currently have two competition categories, the Tether Climber competition and the Power Beaming competition. The Tether Climber competition is a robotics competition where teams design robotic systems to go up and down a vertical tether while carrying a payload, which both simulates the key functioning of the space elevator. And it's also a very unique robotic circumstance, developing a similar system now for the elevator in the Jeddah Tower. And there are many practical applications where we can use this technology. We also have the power beaming competition, which is a competition on this power beaming systems to beam power wirelessly, which has application here on Earth to power remote regions or disaster relief zones, and the eventual space elevator, which will have very, very strict mass limitations. And again, you'll hear all about these competitions and how to get involved specifically and join them in a little bit in coming talks. But by doing this, by having these competitions with this dual focus and this ability to benefit both now and, of course, lead us to this greater future, it creates a win-win ecosystem and this environment where everyone involved is able to win and benefit from being a part of these competitions or a part of this mission. For teams and universities, this is really hands-on experience. This is a place where you get this unique experience to build a unique robot or build a advanced power system, develop this new technology, prove yourself in the real world, while also getting noticed and being visible out there to launch your career in the space industry or tech industry or whatever. And of course, potentially off a startup or a spin-off technology. It's a place to test this and prove yourself and go further. And then for the industry, that same advantage that the students want to get seen and noticed by the proper talent, that same talent and that same visibility is what we offer to our sponsors as well, to be able to see this talent and for scouting opportunities or to potentially learn and be able to acquire some of this technology, as well as, of course, amazing brand alignment because of the fact that these competitions keep coming out with new innovation and new ideas, and of course, a forward-thinking brand. You know, you align your brand with what we have, and for the global community, for everyone else, we're building a community that's proactively pushing the limits of what's possible. And even if the competitions aren't a perfect fit right now, or if that's just not you, definitely join the community, join the group of people that are pushing the limits of what's possible and leading us toward an even greater future. So we're building on the success of previous space elevator games. Like Dr. Wright mentioned a little bit, the space elevator games have been taking place since 2005. With successful technology spin-offs and successful startups coming out of them. Just a little bit of the history. From 2005 to 2009, they were held in the United States as part of NASA's Centennial Challenges, with a focus on material strength and power beaming technology and power beaming technologies. They even had a $4 million prize pool with that. Then in 2009, the JSEA in Japan started hosting the spec competitions over in Japan for teams over there to develop the robotic climbers for the space elevator. So with other technologies, and those have been going on since then. They even attracted some international teams. And then the WARR in EU started in 2011 to host these competitions as well in Europe, and have been hosted ever since. And WSPEC is bringing all of this together. We're one organization under one umbrella to connect all these competitions and ultimately to scale up the advancement and the value we can get out of the competitions and what we can create from this ecosystem. So having this generalized format allows us to have much better results overall. Uh, it's one global stage. So we have one platform that's visible and shown everywhere, which allows for higher visibility and lets the ideas that are great and the development that stands out really stand out and get the recognition they deserve uh, to be noticed. Uh, Also, we have a standardized format now overall, all over, which leads to consistent ideas all around and lets us really separate those good ideas from the great ideas and see ultimately which ones are the best and which ones stand out the most. And then by doing this at a large scale, it allows us for more opportunities, allows us to host more competition categories, to allow new things to be developed in different technologies, also allows for that development on the space elevator to happen sooner, and allows you to showcase different skills and different talents that you might have in the competitions uh, through different categories or whatever fields attract you the most. So now you understand what we do, why we do it, and of course, how we get it done. I want to end off with a personal invitation. We invite you to join us in building the world's most ambitious engineering challenge. This is a place, and through WSPEC, it's the chance to prove yourself and develop technology uh, in the real world while getting this amazing experience. All of this while knowing that you're playing this crucial and critical role in building our a combined future in space and building the combined stage for everyone. Thank you everyone for listening. If you scan this QR code, it'll take you to our website where you can get more information on that. And of course, you're going to hear now about starting the competitions and how to create a team. Thank you.